Today we'll go over 11 apps for easily creating awesome text effects in Canva. With the TypeLettering app, we can choose from several different lettering styles that we can apply to whatever text we want. For example, if I choose this one, and here I can change the text, I can change the font, I can change the alignments as well as the line height and the colors. And when I have something that looks good, I can click Add to Design. With TypeExtrude, we can add an extruding outline to some text to give it a 3D appearance. And here we can change the text, we can change the font, we can change the text color and the extrude color, and we can change the text alignment and the line height. We also have 3 settings for adjusting various attributes of the extrusion effect, including the thickness of the outline, the angle of the extrusion, and the length of the extrusion. And finally, we can add the text to our design. With FontFrame, we can use text as a frame for an image. For the image, we can either upload one from our computer, or if we have one in our current document, we can select it and click Use Selected Image. And now the image will appear inside the text. Also, in the preview box, we can click and drag to change how the image is positioned inside the text. And we can use the zoom slider down here to zoom in and out on the image. And of course, we can change the text and various attributes of the fonts. We can also change the color and thickness of the frame border. Finally, we can delete the image and add the text to our design. TypeGradient allows us to add a gradient to some text. In the preview box, we can see the gradient line, and we can click and drag the handles to adjust the positioning of the gradient on the text. To go back to the default position, we can click Reset Position. Under gradient colors down here, we by default see 3 circles that represent the 3 colors of the gradient. We can click and drag a circle to adjust its position, and we can change the color. We can also click an empty area on the line to add a new circle there and change its color. And we can remove colors from the gradients. Also, if we add the text to our design, we can still make updates to it, which is pretty awesome. With TypeCraft, we can bend, twist, and warp text in many different ways. First, we can type in some text, and we can change the font if we like. We can also change the style of the text. The default is none, which fills in the letters with color. And we can choose to only put an outline around the letters, or to give them both a fill color and an outline color. And here we can change the colors of the fill and or outline, as well as the width of the outline if there is one. Okay, now to change the shape of the text, we go to the Edit Shape box here, and around the text we have some nodes that we can click and drag to reshape different parts of the text. We also have some handles coming out from the center nodes that we can use to adjust the angles of the text. By default, moving one node has no effect on the other nodes, and that's because we have the No Mirror option here chosen under Mirror Points. If we choose horizontal, any adjustments we make will be mirrored horizontally across the text. We can see this better if we first reset the nodes by clicking Reset Shape. We can also mirror the adjustments vertically. Finally, if we add the text to our design, we can still edit the effect. FontStudio is kind of an all-in-one text effect app, allowing us to add a variety of effects like shadows, outlines, and 3D projections. We can either start completely from scratch by choosing the blank template, or we can start with one of the templates that already have effects applied and make any necessary adjustments. For example, if we choose the color template here, we can see under layers that it has two effects applied to it, outline and projection. Each effect layer has a settings button for adjusting different attributes of the effect, depending on the type. For example, with the outline effect, we can change the thickness of the outline. And with projection, which adds a 3D extrusion effect, we can change the projection length and the angle. To add another effect layer, we click Add Layer here. We can add another outline or projection effect, or we can add a shadow effect. With shadow, we can change the length, the blurriness, the angle, and the opacity. We can also change the order of the layers by clicking and dragging on the left side of a layer and changing its position in the list. And we can delete a layer by showing its settings and clicking Delete Layer. For the colors of a layer, if we give it multiple colors, the effect will alternate between the colors on each letter in the text. We can change the colors, remove a color, and add a color. However, we're only able to apply up to 5 colors at once. For the letters themselves, we can either provide some colors and alternate between them, or we can fill the letters with an image, either by uploading one from our computer or by using a selected image. Finally, using the special effects setting here, we can tilt the letters and adjust the separation between them. With the Motion Type app, we can animate our text in different ways. For example, with the twist animation, we can apply a 3D twist effect. We can change both the text color and the repeater color, which is for the 3D extruding parts. And we can change the duration of the animation. Also, after adding the text to our design, we can still update the effects. TypeCutOut is similar to FontFrame in that it allows us to use text as a frame for an image. To choose an image, we click the Change Image button here, and we can either upload one or select one from our design. We then have 3 buttons for adjusting the image inside the frame. First, we can reposition the image. Next, we can rotate the image. And finally, we can change the scale of the image. With Text Art Maker, we can take an image of an object and use it to fill in all the letters of some text. And this actually only works on raster images like PNG and JPG, not vector images. It also works best with images that don't have backgrounds. Okay, so we can either upload an image or use a selected one. Here we can lower the density to use fewer copies of the image. We can also adjust the maximum and minimum size of the copies, and it will randomly choose between the 2 values for each copy. It will also by default choose random rotation angles for each copy, but we can keep them all the original angle by toggling off the random angle setting. With Type Warp, we can change the shape of text in various ways, such as by stretching out different parts of the text or giving it a wavy appearance. Some of the shape options also have other settings for further adjusting the appearance. And of course, we can change the font and the color. We can also make updates after adding the text to our design. The Text Maker app provides us with a ton of different text effect presets to choose from, though some of them require that we purchase a pro version of the app. If we choose one of the free presets, we get some settings for adjusting it even further. Under Effects, we can see all the available effects that we can add to the text, including the ones that have already been added by the preset, which are indicated by the purple circles at the top right. If we choose one of the already added effects, we can change its settings. For example, with Outline, we can change the thickness of the outline, apply some dashes to it, change its transparency, change its color, or give it a gradient. We can also add multiple outlines. And if we go back, we can add a new effect like jiggle and change its settings. Alright, so those were 11 awesome text effect apps in Canva. Do you have a favorite one or know of a good one that wasn't included in the video? If so, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.